Hello, everyone. So, where are we heading today? We're on our way to the famous yet eerie Hooker Club Haunted Mansion. People have all kinds of things to say about it. Some say it's terrifying, and others call it a place of no return. Rumor has it that young girls sold into trafficking there died tragically and now haunt the place. Who knows if it's true or not? Guess we'll find out once we get there. There was a group of young, skeptical YouTubers, and they're not easily frightened by ghost stories. That's why they explore these spooky places under the name Real Ghost Stories and Document for Adventures. Before we start the story, please don't forget to like and follow our channel. By the way, there is also a young man named Derek, and he is the one who challenged this fearless group of ghost skeptics from Real Ghost Stories to visit the Hooker Club Haunted Mansion. They made a deal. If the group don't encounter anything supernatural, Derek owed them $10,000. But if they do get scared, they have to admit publicly that they're no longer skeptics. While Derek may be confident, he can't help but feel a bit worried and concerned about Real Ghost Stories' team. After all, people don't always return easily from a place like Hooker Club. The team were now heading there just for fun. They've got a real bet on the line, with a chance to win some serious cash if they win. On the way to the destination, the two in the back, Susan and Zach, look relaxed, even napping already. Huston, as team leader, I feel responsible, so I can't help but feel a bit on edge. Now, speaking of strange occurrences, the car just suddenly stopped. I called a mechanic to explain the situation, and he's on his way to help, which is a relief. Once he fixed the car, we hit the road again, and he kindly dropped us off at Hooker Club. As we arrived at the mansion, he advised us to call him if we needed any help and to stay cautious. But as we approached, we found the main gate closed and high walls all around, making it unclear how we'd get inside. We started searching around the perimeter and found a ladder propped against the wall. Deciding to go in, Susan went first, followed by the rest of us. Once inside, we found ourselves in a yard filled with towering trees, making it darker than expected. The air felt thick with an eerie vibe. Inside the building, it didn't look like a normal house at all. It was closer to a prison or an asylum, its atmosphere stifling and oppressive. The furniture was worn, and everything seemed broken and askew, like it hadn't seen people for a long time. The rooms were small and had only one entrance, making us feel trapped. As the night progressed, our initial fears started to fade, and we wandered from room to room, snapping photos and filming videos, some even joking around. Mike was recording us, not realizing at the time that someone was standing just behind him. None of us noticed it then. We were too busy enjoying ourselves, feeling sure we'd win the bet. Then we came across a room that was messier and more ominous than the others. Susan potted a note on a chair, filled with words of sorrow and longing for freedom, a deeply emotional farewell. "Who left this note?" she asked the group, feeling a twinge of sympathy. Yes, it's true that young girls, once sold into trafficking, were said to have been locked up here until they died. That's why Hooker Club has such a haunted reputation. I explained that this place was once rumored to have trapped young girls who died there. That's why people call it haunted. But so far, we haven't seen anything. Maybe it's just people's imagination. With that, Huston explained a bit more about the place, then led the way into another area. Suddenly, he stumbled, and his large backpack tilted to the side as he fell hard to the ground. Mike quickly reached out to support him, but as he steadied himself, they noticed that the person standing in front of them was Huston. And it was a woman in a red gown, with a terrifying face. Perched on Mike's lap was no longer Huston. The whole group froze in fear before scrambling to run for the exit, not daring to look back. Everyone raced toward the way out, moving as quickly as possible. But as they reached a certain room, the group leader, Huston, was left paralyzed in place as a ghostly woman grabbed hold of him, her face mere inches away. She seemed pleased, smiling at him as if she'd waited for this moment, and then she lunged, taking him in her grasp. In that eerie moment, He looked at her with a strange affection, saying, "Now that I've found you, I'll never leave you, my dear." Meanwhile, the other three managed to escape to the outside, only realizing that their leader hadn't made it out with them. Unsure of what to do, they debated their options, wondering if calling the police might get them in trouble. Finally, they decided to alert the authorities. Police and rescue workers arrived at Hooker Club to search for the missing leader. They scoured the building, but despite extensive efforts, they couldn't find him anywhere. Taking the rescue team's advice, the remaining three ventured back inside to search again, hoping to find him. In a dimly lit room, they discovered his lifeless body, twisted backward, face pale with terror. The scene left them all trembling, shocked by what they had witnessed. So, in this twisted wager, Derek won the bet. The Real Ghost Stories crew has since vanished from social media, as one of their own paid the ultimate price in this tragic venture. It's truly heartbreaking. So, who's up next to take the challenge and head to Hooker Club? If you're interested, leave a comment below. Just know if you do go, I won't be able to guarantee your safety. As for the remaining members of the Real Ghost Stories team, some continue sharing ghost stories about their encounter on YouTube and Facebook. But remember, if you choose to go, your life isn't guaranteed.